Hello there everyone and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. So, we successfully returned a payload from the moon in the last episode. So, it's time to have a look at the research. And we have 341, which with each node costing 180 here is enough to afford one, but not two, which means I need to plan out my next science stop. Now, my biggest concern right now is, in terms of sources of science, here's where we stand. I know for a fact that we have one or two targets left on the moon. We have Science Archives doing that thing where it doesn't load on the first visit. We have one biome we haven't got a gravity scan on the moon. It's the southeast crater or something. We haven't sent a manned mission to the moon yet, but I don't know if I want to do that quite yet or not. And we could try for Minmus. Those are the three sort of science options I can see in our near future. Oh, definitely not grabbing those. That's just a bad idea. So, it's a question of which one do we want to tackle now. I'm leaning towards not doing a manned expedition quite yet. My biggest concern really is I don't know how far these... I know that this doesn't have, let's see, a life support. Does it even tell us how long the life support is supposed to last? Not specifically. No. 18 per Kerbal per hour, but we don't know how much there actually is. Maybe on this one? Let's see, life support. Yeah, it tells us, it doesn't tell us the amount, but we can assume. Wow. This one takes a lot more life support mixture to, oh, and there's another one. 2-man, 2-can, lander can. So that's the Munar lander component. So really the question is, what do we buy? We can buy these engines to help with our electrical challenges and power problems or thrust issues, because that's the LVT-30 with max thrust of 215, and that's the LVT-40 max thrust 200. Hold on. 200, 215. I wonder if those numbers are actually accurate or not. That doesn't seem right. I must have some other advantages of some sort. Or we buy the electrics and we get the inline battery packs, which give us massive amounts of electrical supply in a very compact state when compared with the early electrics here. Because, yeah, 400 for 0.3 versus 800 for 0.4. So that's twice the efficiency right there, and this is 3200 for 1.6. So yeah, you know what, let's get the batteries. It says here in fine print. Batteries. Yeah, we'll try the batteries. Oh, interesting. Surface imaging scanner. Oh, okay, that's the next big science tool right there. Ooh, and our first photovoltaic panels out there. But that's a little further out. So we'll get the batteries, and we are going to go completely redesign our lift system here, because I have a feeling that long-term problems with the design are beginning to, how shall we say, cascade, and that really a clean start will get us in a lot better shape. And that'll probably be today's episode, just because I'd like to do a design on screen. I haven't done that in a while. So we're going to assume that this is not going to be a returning rig. So we're going to lift the... No, not that size. Not that size. Those ones. So we'll get an RCS tank on top of that. RCS tank and an SAS inline stabilizer and fuel. And we'll put 4 tanks on that. Angle snapping makes it look much nicer. So the idea is that this rig here is going to be our just like normal, our interplanetary transition stage with the small engines, which I may learn how to turn off. Ooh, now here's the big change. We throw on, let's see, electrical control, not just control, it's utility. Let's see, we're going to need, because the plan is electric charge 3200. Ooh, that's a big bloody sucker, isn't it? Interesting. That's the one that's sized for these ships. So if we go with that and put 4 of these on, which should be much better for our overall design. I'll try that on for size. Okay. Because this isn't a returning design, so that's the important thing about this. And then 1 stack decoupler right here, and then the interim stage, which is going to be 4 of these rockets, 4 or 6. I've often felt like this stage was a little underpowered, but we'll try that out on in practice. All right. Now then, for some structural engineering here, you go to there, you go to there, and you attach onto there. There we are. Now then, utility, we need to at least get the communicatrons on here. Put those right on the outside like so. Silly thing. There we go. And then we'll need a gravioli scanner because this is going to be a returning rig like so. And that should do for that trip. I managed to scientifically confirm that oh, RCS thrusters. We'll need those too, won't we? You there and you there. Good stuff. All right, so that's 2 stages. Now for the most all-important bottom lift stage, which is going to be, we're going to try it without the nose cones, at least not the ones we were using before. We're going to try a different design up here. Although, that's the hard part. Is the mass worth it? I don't know that. Now, we were thinking that a inline reaction wheel of some sort might help out with this stage. So let's try that on for size. And then we'll put 4 of these on like so. And we will try not adding any of the whatchamacallums. We will add no aerodynamics to this and see if the thing is any more stable. And that should do that. Always worry about these silly things shaking apart. Come on, you. Oh, there it is. It didn't even attach properly. That's better. You guys go there. Now all we should need are 4 nice big deluxe deltas. Nope. Big ones. We need the big guys. There's the big guys. So there's the winglets. And now we're going to put dragticles on the bottom here to try and convince it that this is actually the bottom of the bloody ship, so that it stays stable on the way up. And then I think this thing might actually be almost ready for a test drive, such as it is. We'll put that on custom, log gravity data on custom 2, and toggle antennas on custom 1. And this shall be called the Lunar Flight Real Flight 1. It's not Mark 1, but I don't remember what version we're on for these interplanetary flight systems. Now, I think we're going to squeeze just a little bit more extra. We'll see how it goes. So our goal here is to try and orbit the southeast crater. And depending on how things go, you may... This actually went together a lot faster, so we'll probably will do the flight on... Okay, so introducing our new add-on. I'm debating this. This is K-Data. It's sort of... Oops. I forgot something rather important here, didn't I? Route flight to vehicle assembly. Let's put those... I forgot 2 important things. And you guys would be kind of yelling at me about that through your screen, so you'll be glad to know that I did hear you before I recorded. We'll get those on there, and now we'll check our staging, because heaven knows that always goes wrong. So bottommost stage, 5 engines. Middle stage with 5 engines. Top stage with 5 engines. There we go. That should work a little better. Now that we have all of our engines and stuff in place. So yes, K-Data. So ideally, I'm going to be able to actually record my flights without switching to the data screen as often. I hope. So launching in. That's a lot less electricity than I had on my previous design. Okay. Revert to vehicle assembly, because this is going to be a fiddly. This will be a fiddly one. So all right. So one more batch of power, and hopefully that hasn't become too top heavy as a result. Guess we'll see what happens. That's closer to the amount of power I've had on this in the past. And considering I'm having to try and get to the moon and try to get myself into the proper orbit, it would be nice to have this work out right. So, launching in 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. SAS on. And let's see, this is looking good. Much more stable than the version with the nose cones on it, unfortunately, which is too bad. Makes me a little sad that it's alright, a little less heat there. Gotta watch that. Alright. So beginner gravity turn around 5,000 meters. I've read that 200 meters per second is more than fast enough for the lower atmosphere, so we're going to turn the throttle down when we get there to try and stabilize our acceleration here, like so that we waste less fuel and get more bang for our buck. Alright, we're going for a 5-degree turn now. There we are. That's feeling pretty solid. Okay, hold it. Alright. We don't need to accelerate quite that much in the lower atmosphere, so that's good. So we can save a little gas that way. And then we start accelerating big time as we come out of the atmosphere. And let's just hope that this thing continues to be somewhat polite. Apoapsis is low, but that's okay. Alright, we're out of the lower atmosphere, so let's give it a little more gas here. So the idea here is we're trying to not use up as much fuel in the lower atmosphere as we do as we have in the past. So that seems to have worked quite well because we're quite far up already. We're Just starting to lose it like usual here. A little, but that's alright. That's alright. Alright. So, apoapsis is 75. See, now I don't have to go to the map. I'm going to actually have to do a little practice to not go there. And we need RCS on, because we're out of the actual atmosphere. Flying controls on. Alright. Periapsis. Alright. Nice. So it tells us the time. The biome is the least interesting part of this whole business, really. That's already provided through Better Than Starting Manned. But just knowing these tiny little bits of data, and mostly I can stay here and I can watch my beautiful little ship do its thing and look at the beautiful scenery and everything, and I should be able to manage my orbits from here, and that is seriously awesome. So now we're going to start bringing up the periapsis into an orbit, and now we can actually see the periapsis coming up, what it looks like when it's coming up, which is really neat. So the nice thing is this stage has been used for pretty much nothing except for our orbiting burn, which is really cool. And this is a really nice orbit. Since I haven't had to switch back and forth, it means I actually have been watching how my engines and everything have been behaving, which is really cool. Because now I can see exactly what is going on here and what needs to happen. Okay, we're actually raising our apoapsis a lot more than I really want. There it comes, there it comes. Alright. Alright, we need to eject that stage and finish our orbital burn. And of course, yellow probably means an atmospheric re-entry trajectory. So as soon as that turns yellow... Okay, so that's the only downside is it's a really ugly orbit with a relatively large apoapsis. But that was an entire orbital burn without switching away from the ship view, which I quite like. So time to go to the moon. Let's see what it's going to take to go there. Ooh, that would just get us completely out into the middle of nowhere. Let's see, I'm going to go out. There we are. That's a Munar intercept if ever I saw one. Not a great one, but maybe we can do it at the apoapsis here. And well, that's a trippy mess. Let's see. Let's see. Which one do we need to adjust? All right, a lot less power to that. There we are. That's the minimum we need. But I don't think our timing is right on yet. There we are. That's starting to look a little better. Now this thing doesn't need to come home. Ooh, that's a close periapsis. We don't need to get that close to the moon. That's about right. All right, now then, we don't want it to be an inclined orbit, so when we reach the moon, the part I haven't figured out is how do we adjust that? Let's see. Ooh, let's get our compass up here. 7 minutes to get this organized. Okay, let's see. Can we bring that down a little more? That's getting a little better. All right. Except for the whole intersecting the moon problem, that's not bad. Okay, you know what, that will do, because it's going to be an actual lunar orbit we're shooting for here, and a little bit of inclination is not the end of the world. So, map off. SAS off. Quick little punch towards the blue marker. We have 6 minutes and 39 seconds until our burn time. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I like this. This is information I really like having. I like the numbers, and I like to be able to track the numbers. And it's also got its points to be able to do this without having to, you know, not look at our map. Okay, so we're looking at a 1 minute and 6 seconds burn, which means we need to start our burn 30 seconds before the mark. Here it comes. Yeah. The ship shouldn't be under acceleration. Dang it, that just screwed it up a bit. Didn't it? What happened? What'd I do? I don't know, but I think I'm gonna have to watch the map. Dang it, I didn't want to have to watch the map for this one. There we are. Okay. Good stuff. I don't know quite what happened there, but I'll just take it as it is. Okay. So if all goes according to plan, we should not have to look at the map for this burn. That's what it says here in fine print. Now I've had some suggestions that I shut off one of these engines, but I think that's got more value for the return burns and stuff, because you don't need as much power to get away from the moon. So, anyways. Just get a little bit more back on the mark here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see how we did. It does not look very much like the burn I had planned, does it? Munar periapsis. A little closer, a little closer, a little closer, and kill it. Good enough. Good enough. That was a nice shot. All right, Munar periapsis, orbiting burn. Bringing the apoapsis down, 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 a lot more than that. Oh, that apoapsis way down on the moon. Way down. Come on, you. Getting there. Let's see. Moon apoapsis. Still got a long ways down to go here. That's weird. Not quite sure what exactly is going on there, but that planned orbit looks really bizarre. Okay, cancel that. Yeah. That was really weird. Okay, I think I see now. There's some sort of weird inclination going on here. That's part of the issue here, is that's really odd. Okay, and a little less, a little more. Weird. Weird, weird. It's not a very happy... Alright, we'll just burn that into an orbit and we'll adjust it from there and see what happens. as that will at least give us a node that we need to hit to hopefully burn this thing into orbit in 7 hours and 37 seconds. And it's the southeast crater we need to hit. Actually, it's kind of nice that we can see what biome we're hovering over right here as well. Although monitoring it here is also an excellent place to monitor it, because this isn't exactly telling me the whole story here, as it's still acting as if we're on Kerbin. And really, in some circumstances, it's the situation here that is really useful. This is a part we don't have from this mod here. Okay, so 7 hours and 37 minutes. RCS off, SAS off. No, RCS off, SAS off. And let's accelerate ourselves towards the moon with a slow down, slow down, slow down. Quick save, just in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong. Then at least I can do some adjustments. 6 hours, 5. Well, we still got lots of battery left. 2. There comes the moon again. Lovely to watch, and even lovelier to not have to watch the map to hit it properly here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me just check our... No, wait, of course. I don't think this is telling us the whole... That's an escape apoapsis. That's what it's talking about there. So let's add maneuver. All right, come on, come on. Go away. Let's try that one more time. Just bring it into orbit. Just bring it down. Bring it down. 88, 40 something. 79, 37. You know what? Good enough. Something like that. RCS back on. Tiny little adjustment. And there's our orbiting burn. Come on. There we are. 39 minutes and counting. And accelerating downwards to the final burn time. And so a 15-second burn means we do it almost right on the mark. No fussing around here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2... 2 minutes, 1 minute, and slow it down, slow it down, and here we go. We are burning into orbit around the moon. Once again, we are back at the moon. Kill it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now then, would we be... Where are we and where is our target? Our target is the southeast crater, I said, right? Which means it's this one right here. Of course, which means we need to hope that the precession around the planet will get us low enough, but we also need to make sure our apoapsis is brought down just a little bit more. Let's see what else we can do to adjust our... There we are. That should do for that. That gets us below scanning range. Now, is there anything we can do to alter the inclination of the orbit that would be useful to us? Question is, I just wish... All right, no, you know what? Let's just do one thing at a time here. Let's just get that apoapsis down to the spot where we need it, and that will do. All right, SAS off. A quick little flip of the ship over to the new position. We have lots of fuel left to do maneuvers here in the orbit of the moon. And I would really, our biggest concern is running out of batteries, really. 11 minutes until our burn. Now, this has been my biggest problem in this process of attempting to get that stupid southeast crater. It's been trying to get a minute. It's just a quick zap of the gas here. We'll use very light on the engines here, and boom, kill it. All right, now then, the question is how exactly, of course we came in at the wrong angle yet again, so is there any way we can accelerate the precession of an orbit? This is the part I don't know. So that just steepens the orbit further, so that doesn't really put us in a position close to it. Interesting. I mean, that would be one way to do it if I knew which way the planet was precessing. Interesting. I mean, that's almost a 90-degree rotation of the thing. A lot less. And the relative interactions of all these different things is an interesting conundrum. It's just funny, you know, I've been trying to hit that thing on several missions now, and I always come in on this wrong angle, and I'm not sure. Well, I'm not skilled enough to actually control where I wind up on this planet effectively. All right, let's just have a look here. Which way is it going? Because I know this silly thing rotates that way. We couldn't have been more off, but if we start pushing it this way, that at least tells me which way I need to push the orbit, which means I probably need to push it from this side. No, I definitely need to push it from either the apoapsis or the periapsis. Do I? Let's see. That steepens it on that front. That doesn't do what I need it to do. That steepens it there, which also doesn't exactly do what I need to do. What do I really need to do? I need to push the orbit. What I really need to do is push it. Well, that would do it, wouldn't it? That would do it. That's not a bad... That would do it. That will do more or less what I need to do, because that's the crater I need. So if I do that maneuver, it's a highly inefficient maneuver as far as they come, but if I do that maneuver as designed with a fairly copious amount of fuel that I have, I might, it says here might, be able to not drive my periapsis into the ground, which would really suck. There we are. Stop. Okay. I would rather not hit the planet if I don't have to on this burn. Yeah. It's one thing to get to another planet. It's another thing to get to a specific part of said planet with enough battery power to actually do a mission regarding it. But yeah, so... yeah, lock it on. 18 minutes until we make our... let's see, where is it? Yeah, it's there. And procession... yeah, I think I got this right. So accelerating one last time here, and we will see what we will see. The hope is that when I hit the burn, we'll have enough fuel to do what is a rather expensive translation, angle translation. So we need to burn at 15, T minus 15. And here we go. So that's scary. That's really scary. I hope I understand what I'm doing here properly. I really do. Yeah, I do. Okay, we're good. We're good. I see what's happening here. And if I was to keep going, I think... we need that periapsis back. There it is. Kill it. Not bad at all. Okay. Whew. Now, let's RCS off, SAS off. Back to the orbital view. Those on. Experiment. Okay. The only other thing I'm not 100% certain that I have are the nice. Yeah, that's useful. No, I want to see it in here. I want to see it in this one. So there we are. There's the Midlands. So that tells us what biome we are over. That is so nice, not having to bounce in and out of that. Thank you, modders. That's a really nice addition to the game. So the question is it going to process far enough before I run out of batteries? Interesting. The answer is, it looks like maybe. Hard to believe that this orbit hits absolutely none of the major craters by default. But that is cool. Okay, is it going to hit it on this orbit, or is it going to be the next? Well, we'll assume it's going to be this orbit. Slow her down. Slow her down. That's the crater. So the nice thing about this is I'll actually be able to see the instant it gets to the biome I need it to be. We're very close. I think we're just going to miss it on this pass, though. But that little bit of science is all we need to pull this off. But we got more than enough battery power to make it now. Yeah. Alright, here we go. 100 times normal speed, and the precession of the orbit is now over top of our crater. So let's not miss, because that would really suck. Okay. space. That's going to be really nice when we go to Minmus. Because we won't have to fiddle around with biome maps now. At least not in the same way we were in the previous attempts. Let's see, where are we? Oh, we're way up there. Okay, I see. Just skim over the surface of the planet. We're looking for craters like that one right there. So it should switch to southwest crater. Tell me that's the right one. Yes! Transmit that data. Send that home. Okay. Useful. Okay. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about is whether or not we got the canyons, but you know what? I don't think we're going to be able to get those. Maybe. On one of these orbits? Because there's a canyon right there, isn't there? Now the question is, are we going to precess enough around the planet to hit that on this pass so that I can look and see? I can. Good stuff. Okay. Slow her down. The canyons are a little biome. I just can't remember if I actually successfully hit those or not. But at least I remember where they are located. There we are. Canyons. I did get them. And I know I got the northwest crater as well. So, we're done. Let's deorbit this sucker. Just do a full retrograde burn right now and send this sucker down onto the planet. Like a ton of bloody bricks. Because that's what we do with rockets that have finished their jobs. There we are. And that didn't take much at all, did it? Isn't that interesting? I wonder how low we can get this thing intact. Turn off those. I like the looks of those communicatrons. Those are very nice. Alright, well, let's see what happens when we get a little closer to the planet here. I take it as a bit of a challenge to try and bring these things down intact. It's partly just for experimentation, just to see. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. The thing to keep in mind about planets with no atmosphere is they don't have a technical, what you call it, terminal velocity. That's the word I was looking for. No terminal velocity means it can come down like a ton of bricks. Trying to arrest the... There's no way this thing's coming down intact. I used a huge amount of fuel on the translation burn there earlier. So... But we'll try. Get this thing down a little lower to the planet. Slow down, slow down. And we'll do a full throttle burn to try and save this thing at the last minute. Here we go. Lock onto that retrograde marker right there. Ooh. This thing might actually make it down. That cut off a lot more throttle than I expected. Of course, this thing has no landing gear on it, so that's a minor problem, but still going 100 meters per second, but that's not the end of the world. So all right, well, that is interesting that we still have that much power left after having done that very expensive orbital translation on this design. So obviously I did something right. Okay, here we go. Wow. That's pretty cool. This thing might get down. Might be able to get this thing on the ground, somewhat intact. That would be really cool. Just need to make sure not to. Wow! This thing could take back off again. This thing could take back off again. That is hilarious. Well, guys, that was an unexpectedly successful experiment, especially I didn't think I would have enough fuel. Obviously, I'm getting a little better at flying these things. So we'll get this is a little something we can come locate at a future date. The remnants of the lunar probe. Well, that's a pretty shot, isn't it? Alrighty, that's it for now. Thank you guys very much for watching, as always, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.